froggy.
The Raptors coming down the tunnel prior to the game.
Hey, Kevin.
It sure has. Thanks, DA. And here's a look at some numbers for Jaylen Brown.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Daniel Tice out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Walker in at the point. And for Toronto, Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Anunoby in at the power forward position. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with Kyle Lowry, the assist numbers don't jump off the page at you, but he has fantastic vision, and his decision-making is also elite.
Greg, for me, what stands out about Kyle Lowry is his willingness to adjust his game based on what his team needs. There's been times in his career where he's been a go-to scorer, and his three-point shooting can be infectious to his team. That toughness on the drive really strikes you. But there's also been times where he takes a back seat to scoring and says, all right, time to get my guys involved. He can do either.
Just 5 on the clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Here's VanVleet. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Boucher's shot is off.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lowry finds Boucher. Thompson with the rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Back to Tatum. Thompson outside. Oh, that's blocked. And he recovers it. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Thompson.
Well, the ability to stretch you to deep, and Tatum's impact is so profound.
Here's Anunoby, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Outside Tatum. On the wing, Brown. Walker in the corner. Clock at 6. Here's Tatum. No good there. And Toronto will come the other way. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. A new group in now for the Raptors. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. Terrence Davis, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Bembry in for Kyle Lowry. Smart misses. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Rockets.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
Here's Pritchard following the basket by Stanley Johnson. Smart against Davis. Raptors with the lead. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Johnson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Nice ball movement by Boston. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. 5th, the Raptors.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Watanabe's checked in, and it's Matt Thomas in for Norman Powell. Right side, Thomas fires the 3. The rebound by the Celtics.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Oh, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
As to Watanabe. Off target from outside. And it's Williams with the ball for Boston. They trail by 1. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The 3 from Davis. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. The Celtics have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Williams kicks to Smart. Ogilvy passes to Smart. Here's Ogilvy. Pass to Williams. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The 10-footer. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Boston on top. And before the game, we checked in with Marcus Smart, who told us how.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so.
And no question, Smart is considered one of the toughest guys, Greg, in the NBA.
You have to love his passion, his willingness to sacrifice his body for the team on a nightly basis.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this game?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston. They've got Ogilvy. Teague out there with Smart. Then it's Williams. And it's Williams at the 5 down low. Here's Smart. And Williams gets it to go on the assist from Smart. Williams has got his first basket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Davis with the double team. Left side, Williams. Fast break, Toronto. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Williams.
And if he thinks that's within his range, then you know what? He's got a low basketball IQ.
I'm a little surprised he would even attempt that shot. Much better to swing the ball to somebody else.
Williams double team. Shots good by Williams. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
The pass to Bembry. Here's Watanabe. Can't connect from long distance. Davis against Smart to the wing right side. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Bembry. Brown is checked in for the Celtics. Raptors on defense. They trail by 1. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And Doris, much has been made of Brown's improvement offensively, and rightly so. But when you ask Coach Stevens about him, he always goes back to his defense.
Well, it's never a surprise for the coach that is the first and foremost thing on their mind. At 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, that incredible athleticism, Jaylen Brown can guard the elite wings in this league, and he holds his own and competes at a high level. It's a must-have for any championship team.
Smart on the wing. Covered by Van Vliet. Nice ball movement by Boston. 5 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. That's good on the jump shot. Brown's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
To the inside. Here's Baines. The baseline jumper goes down. Baines has got his second basket. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Teague, the pass to Smart. And they double up Brown. It's stolen by Davis. Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Smart. Passes it to Watanabe. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. The 3 from Davis. Rebounded by the Celtics. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post. No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Smart passes to Williams. Smart against Van Vliet. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Back to Smart. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And not only is Smart one of the best defenders in the league, Greg, he's also one of the most versatile players in the NBA.
Yeah, when you talk about players who can guard 1 through 5, it's usually referring to Kawhi, PG-13, or Giannis, but Smart at 6'4" has the strength, the anticipation, and the toughness to hold his own against anyone. It's remarkable.
And they get it back. Good.
Well, you love to see Norman Powell be unselfish and find an open teammate. That's pretty.
Boston leading by 4. Outside Tatum. Beyond the arc. That one misses. One-on-one here. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, they wasted no time getting the ball up the court. Great decision to push it and make the sharp pass to the rim.
Left side, Smart. Over Johnson. Boston again missing.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jets.
You have to feel good for Kemba Walker, a soldier for years in Charlotte, Kenny. He's found a system.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Toronto trailing. We've got Chris Boucher. OG Anunoby is out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Lowry. And it's Van Vliet in at the 2. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good from long range. Brown's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Now Anunoby. Pass to Powell. Lowry with the ball. Guarded by Walker. Here's Anunoby. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the paint. Thompson with the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 7. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Toronto shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Powell finds Anunoby. Lowry from outside. He doesn't hit that one. And the Celtics going the other way now. Thompson outside. The pass to Brown. And he gets the bucket. Brown's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
Well, this is what they love seeing from Jaylen Brown, the aggressiveness down near the cup. This guy's attitude, tremendous.
Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Back to Walker. The Celtics working the ball around now. Thompson misses off the right iron.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Van Vliet.
Just for this trip to the line, I'll call him by his full name. Frederick Edmund Van Vliet Sr. Had to get that in there. Now we can just go back to Freddie V.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Stanley Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Bembry in for Norman Powell. Walker against Lowry. They double team Walker. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Now, this guy's so good at making great decisions. Jason Tatum on the catch and shoot. That's nice.
And moving to a star-laden team last year, Walker continued to produce as he always has.
And the scoring average may have gone down, but that was totally expected. This has been a seamless integration of Kemba Walker. Coach Stevens has got to get some credit here. You allow Kemba Walker to play to his strengths, but you also allow him to thrive in the team situation with other talent.
Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Boucher passes to Lowry. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. And it's blocked. They recover it. Second shot opportunity. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred VanVleet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
Walker the pass to Pritchard. Back to Walker. Over Lowry. Walker's shot is off. And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Toronto. Robert Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Teague comes in for Kemba Walker. The shot by Ojale, no good. Raptors trail by 5. Here's Van Vliet. Lowry passes to Baines. Back to Lowry. Baines with it. In the corner, it's Van Vliet from 20 feet out. Baines finds Lowry. 4 on the clock. The 3 from Johnson. But they get it back. Here's Boucher. The offensive rebound. And it's Baines missing. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And it's Baines missing. Celtics leading by 7. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Williams kicks to Teague. Passes it to Pritchard. Now here's Tatum. Lowry brings the double. The 3 ball. Here's Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
And the basket by Johnson.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
That will count, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. The third quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Now, as we add stops and add score.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Boston shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Thompson is out there with Williams. And it's Teague in at the point guard position. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Powell, the pass to Anunoby. And that one is stuffed right through.
The vertical of OG Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
Lowry against Teague. Down low. Brown the pass to Thompson. Shoots over Anunoby. Anunoby sends it back.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet. 7'2" wingspan. Says twice on the pipes.
Some changes for Boston. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. And it's Jason Tatum in for Teague. Van Vliet finds Baines. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Back to Anunoby. Puts up a 3. Baines passes to Powell. Now Lowry. Another shot. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
Well, small frame, but big heart. How about Kyle Lowry's toughness on the finish through contact?
On the wing, Brown. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Tice kicks to Tatum. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Smart. Brown dishes to Thompson. A second chance effort, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And what about the strength from Thompson there to go up, take the hit, still convert the play? Nice.
Walker's checked in for Boston. Raptors trail by 6. Out left to the wing. Inside. Here's Van Vliet. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That's on Jaylen Brown.
What you see is continued improvement in his ability to create for others. Great to see OG Anunoby make the open read.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Walker the pass to Brown. Back to Walker. On the wing, Brown. Drops in the tray.
And guys, increasingly we've seen Jaylen Brown willing to shoulder the offensive burden, and boy, the ability just blossoming.
Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Tice finds Thompson. Now here's Walker, covered by Baines. Pass to Tice. 6 to shoot. Back to Walker. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Van Vliet. Finished off the break. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, just high-quality transition opportunity right there from Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so reliable to make the plays necessary in transition.
Walker against Lowry. There's the pass to Brown. Tice. It's good on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 6.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And there's Lowry putting it right back in.
Lowry letting everybody in the building know when there's a big bucket to be made, get me the ball.
Walker the pass to Brown. Back to Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Walker's got his first 2 points.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Lowry inside the line. And he overshot that one, missing. Celtics leading by 6. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Don't you love how physical Jaylen Brown is? This guy is not afraid to draw contact.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Not a lot of time left for the Raptors in this one. To the middle, outside for Lowry. Offensive rebound. That one doesn't drop. And Walker's got the ball here for the Celtics. At the elbow, it's Brown. That one wide left. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Anunoby. Raptors with a fresh shot clock. Back to Lowry. Over Thompson. The shot by Lowry, no good. Tatum with it. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Thompson inside. Boucher defending. Here's Brown. The putback. Tice controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the...
I don't know if there was a specific moment where I felt like I am.
A view of the Atlanta skyline and all the action below it.
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks, D.A. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. It's Boucher out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then there's Lowry. And it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Tony Snell is out there with Collins. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's VanVleet. Lowry passes to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Passes it to Boucher. It's stolen by Capella. It's Young on the wing. Good work there as it goes. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Just 5 to shoot. Young with the steal. We're about 1 minute into the first. Young is double. Now the pass to Herter. Boucher with the steal. Anunoby kicks to Lowry. A new 14 for the Raptors. Fires the 3. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, there was a time when three-point shooting was a liability for Lowry, but the guy has put in the time, and now he is a solid option from deep.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yeah, 2 turnovers already in just the first few minutes. Clearly a bit careless. They need him to refocus.
Anunoby kicks to VanVleet. Down low, here's Boucher. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the shot goes down.
That is a tough shot there. Trae Young's such a small player. He needs that floater in his arsenal.
Here's Boucher. Back to Lowry. Over to the left wing. Anunoby. No good on the 3. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They trail by 1. And it's denied. And they're able to recover. And another shot from deep. Collins. And it's Lowry with the rebound. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against Cleveland. To the paint. Boucher passes to Anunoby. Misses the 3.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And there it is for him.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Herter finds an open teammate.
Here's Boucher. Tries again. And the shot goes in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
A nice shot by Young. 1:51 left in the first quarter of the game. Collins against Anunoby. Here's Boucher. Goes up again, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Young taking his time here. Inside. Here's Capella. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
Yep, that one goes. Young's got 8 points.
Young working hard on the defensive end that time.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Last time they met was in Toronto.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
So it's the Hawks now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Young from outside gets the three-pointer to fall. 11 points in the game.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Taken away. Here's Boucher, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Resourceful move there.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll return shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Toronto right now, we've got Johnson, Bembry out there with Terrence Davis. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Watanabe in at the 3 spot. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And the dunk by Baines.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire. Such a big part of what he does for this team, just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Pass to Bembry. Toronto working the ball around now. And the dunk by Baines.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Bogdanovich. And Baines pulls it down. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Thomas checked in for Toronto. Toronto shooting around 60% of the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Pass to Baines. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Johnson finds Baines. Back to Johnson from past the arc. That shot no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Shots good by Watanabe.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Here's Gallinari. The rebound by Johnson.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Baines, high post. Capella's there. Bembry the pass to Baines. And the dunk by Baines.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now here's Rondo. D right on him. He feeds it to Bogdanovich on the left block. And the basket is good. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket of the game to go. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Count that one. Capella's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
They grab their own miss. It's blocked. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeAndre Bembry. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Then for the Raptors, Fred VanVleet comes in for Stanley Johnson. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Bembry. And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. The Hawks, number 1.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
And Bogdanovich has raised a lot of eyebrows with his consistent play over the past couple seasons. He can really be a spark plug for your ball club as he's able to knock down threes and produce points in a hurry.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter comes in for Okongwu. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Bogdanovich finds Collins. Pass to Boucher. Gallinari with the rebound.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
There's 49 seconds left here in the second, and he comes up with the deuce.
Respecting the effort from Gallo there, works his way near the rim, and no one stops him from doing this thing there.
Here's Anunoby, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Tony Snell's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovich, and the Raptors also making a change. Davis is checked in for Kyle Lowry.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving. And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And Davis wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You can see Gallo catches the defense off guard with that drive because of it, and they have no choice but to hack.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
VanVleet outside. The pass to Powell. To the inside. Boucher. And no good that time. And so it's Atlanta. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 15 points. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Young and Huerter make up the back. Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Snell in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Powell, the pass to Boucher. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Young against Van Vliet. Here's Herter. Here's Capella. Good on the shot. Capella's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Anunoby. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Fires from deep. Tries to keep it alive, but they recover it. Here's Boucher, and that one is hammered home.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That'll be his second foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Young pass to Herter. The kick out to Young.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Andre Bembry's checked in for Toronto. Three-pointer, Lowry. Okongwu grabs the board.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Lets it go from deep. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Lowry.
And those reflexes never let Lowry down. He was primed for that shot.
Here's Herter. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Bembry shot good. Bembry's got his first bucket of the night.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Pass to Snell. Knocks it loose. Johnson with it. Okongwu covering. Here's Baines. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Baines has got 8 points. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Hawks. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. That shot is off.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And here we can check out the score for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Gallinari, he's checked in for the Hawks. Bogdanovich comes in for Tony Snell. Then for the Raptors, Watanabe's checked in. And it's Terrence Davis in for Thomas.
Well, the more that Herter attacks like this, the more off balance the defense will become.
Watanabe, no good.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich. And now a 10-point Atlanta lead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Gallinari with the steal. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. They get it back. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And Lowry gets double teamed. And again, no good by Toronto.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Well, Bogdanovich showing he's got speed out on the wing and running hard to fill the lane.
Snatched up. Watanabe, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Watanabe's got his second basket of the night.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
And that one drops for him. And the Hawks lead by 14.
Can't guard Rondo lightly. Even from inside, he's capable of finding a way to get to a shooting window and score.
Outside for Davis. They get a hand on it. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Second chance shot. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Well, Gallo almost pushes 7 feet, so he comes up with the offensive rebound and putback because of his size.
So for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Okongwu, and Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Davis, the pass to Anunoby. The shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And here's the fast break with 4 seconds on the clock. Count it. Good. Herter's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, getting to the right spot so important in the offense, and Herter positioned himself well in the fast break.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Atlanta. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So for Toronto right now, Terrence Davis is out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward.
Trae Young showing you variety. He can score in a lot of ways.
Here's VanVleet. And the rejection by Collins. Bogdanovich against VanVleet. Fires it up. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Shots good from Young.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Young, good. Young's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Boucher passes to Davis. It's good.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And Young kicks to Gallinari. Back to Young. Takes the 3. Again, Young missing.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Shoots from the elbow. Misses off the left iron. Raptors trail by 17. Stolen away. Here's Herter. Here's Collins. Tries yet again. Toronto grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Powell. And the rejection by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away.
And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got 10 points here in the second half. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
To the left side wing. Three-pointers. Snell doesn't go that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Atlanta.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Here's Snell, up and in on the layup.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Goodwin. Baines with the block. Now here's Davis. Not a lot of room. Ellenson passes to Baines. Raptors moving the ball around. And here's Davis for three. Okongwu grabs the board. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Baines. And he can't bank that one in. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for Greg Anthony. everyone. And with tip-off.
Kevin, thanks.
Thank you, D.A. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Houston Rockets. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Daniel Tice out there with Thompson. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the back. John Collins is out there with Tony Snell. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. 4 on the shot clock. Brown. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Look, Thompson's getting after it. A highly skilled offensive rebounder who crashes with power.
Here's the Hawks with the ball. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
Here's Walker. Following the basket by Trae Young. Tice kicks to Brown. Greg, coming out of the All-Star break, a couple teams have really turned up the intensity, haven't they?
Playoff seedings are in sight, Kev, and no doubt this is a crucial stretch of the season, especially for teams that will be on the bubble. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Thompson. 8 points his last outing. Brown outside. Walker the pass to Brown. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Off target from three-point range. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Herter gets it to go.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
Thompson is a super confident guy, prepared to shoot immediately off the pass.
Here's Young. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Brown outside. And Walker kicks to Brown. Off target with his 3. The Hawks leading by 4, and even 3-on-3 break. Here's Collins, and he converts the layup.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Celtics. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
I mean, I flat out, I thought they looked overmatched. I mean, I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out there.
Now Collins, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Tice. Thompson, it's good on the putback.
Look, Thompson's the first guy you better box out. If you don't, he's always prepared to dunk it back home.
Young with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Charity stripe shot. Here's Capella. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Collins. Alinari comes in for Tony Snell. Bogdanovich is checked in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Young. Here's Ojale. 9 points last game. Back to Smart. Pass to Pritchard. It's tipped. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Danilo Gallinari.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
You know, something that Williams does so well, as soon as he has inside positioning, he just goes for the finish.
Here's Okongwu. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Inside, here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he is a behemoth in the paint. Once Williams establishes himself, you almost have to foul him.
And Williams drops them both. Atlanta leading by 5. Rondo with the ball. Here's Okongwu. He gets it in there.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Smart passes to Pritchard. Here's Williams, and Williams with the stuff.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Rondo looking over the floor. And they're moving it up. And Williams throws it down.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Gallinari kicks to Rondo. Lob pass to Capella. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Hawks lead. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Bogdanovich. Clint Capella is out there with Okongwu. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Rondo in at the point. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Finished off by Gallinari. Moves well for a player with a 6'10" frame.
And there's the pass to Ojal. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Pass to Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
And that's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And it's Capella missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Teague can't hit. Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Bogdanovich. The layup missed. And Teague's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They were flat out sniping from deep. They look very comfortable pulling the trigger on the road.
Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Capella. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Capella's got 7 points.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Bogdanovich. Rebound by Williams.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof.
Wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you. The Hawks leading by 3. To the wing on the left. Here's Herter, defended by Tice. Herter, no good. The Celtics shooting at 50% in a decent groove.
And for Brown, it's about consistently improving. We've seen flashes from him, but now it's time for him to meet expectations.
The Celtics have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. To the paint. Walker the pass to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum deciding where to go with it. 6 on the shot clock. Tice finds Walker. Hits it from three-point range. Walker's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics.
Well, look at Walker's percentages from beyond the arc. I mean, tremendous improvement over the last few years.
Gallinari left side. Young against Brown. Out to Gallinari. Now, here is Young. He's guarded closely. And that time, also a missed shot.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup. Talk about an unsung hero, Daniel Tice. Last offseason, he agreed to a 2-year deal with the Celtics worth $10 million. Just another great signing by Daniel.
And Tice throws it down.
That is prime-time point guard play. A sensational find by Walker to set up the easy bucket.
Walker against Young. Over Walker. Goes back up. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Collins.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Walker against Young. Walker dishes to Brown. Back to Walker. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Got to be careful in how you're going to guard Young. He often seeks out contact and really forces the issue.
And so Young nails them both.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
At the elbow, it's Thompson. Passes to Pritchard. Now Tice. It's good. Tice has got 6.
Oh, impressive ball handling from Tatum. I mean, attracts the other team's focus and then finds the open man.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage, but it never got bigger. It didn't. And that's all we have for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Celtics leading by 4. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Thompson in at the center position. Brown outside. Here's Tice. And here's Walker outside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Hawks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. In the corner, Snell with it. Pass to Herter. Takes a three. The shot missing. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 4-point game. It's Young on the wing. For the three. That shot, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. The kick out to Brown. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Brown's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics. And Young, here we go. And it's good for 2. Young's got 10 points in the game.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
Brown outside. And the pass to Tatum. To the middle. Hangs. The rebound by Young. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Snell kicks to Capella. Here's Herter. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Capella.
I love the high activity Capella brings. Someone that really brings it on the offensive glass.
There's Brown with the three. It's a hand on it, and there's Thompson putting it right back in. 8 points for him.
Oh, hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And you can't help but see the impact Thompson has in the paint. On both ends of the floor, he's a rock planted near the rim. Very strong legs that help him get to so many of those rebounds.
It's Brown with the drive and finished off by Brown.
The body and agility, rare considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Young with no one around. And a miss there on the triple. And with Thompson, as you said, Greg, once he's planted in the paint, good luck.
I mean, think about it. About 40% of his rebounds are on the offensive end. He just refuses to get moved or boxed out. Combine that with his hunger on that end of the floor, and you see why he's such a great rebounder. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Walker. 1:25 left in the third. This one for three. Trains the three-pointer. Walker's got 8 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Young.
Yeah, terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of him.
And there's the call on Kevin Herter. That's his first foul, and the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Collins. Molinari comes in for Tony Snell. Bogdanovich is checked in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Trae Young. And Teague has it in the corner. Back to Smart. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Pass to Pritchard. The Celtics get it back in a new 14. Teague with a clean look. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Celtics lead by 9.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Pritchard. Teague against Rondo. Smart passes to Williams. Left side, Smart over Gallinari. They get it again. And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Okongwu is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Bogdanovich. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Gallinari in at the small forward position. So that's the Hawks 5. T kicks to Smart. Pass to Ojale. Tries it from 9. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession. The Hawks trail by 9. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Tries again. Williams with the block.
The reach of Williams is outstanding. He uses it to perfection to deny shooters. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, he's a nice pay raise this summer for Bogdan Bogdanovich. I mean, wings of his skill level, highly valued in today's game.
And Bogdanovich coming off the largest rookie deal in terms of average annual value in NBA history, that 3-year, $27 million deal.
Well, after 5 years playing in the EuroLeague, he was able to negotiate that rookie deal with the Kings. And not headed back to Europe anytime soon. No question, he's an NBA player.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and that one goes out of bounds. As touched by Teague.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks. Boston also with the sub. Tatum's checked in. Back to Rondo. Lays it up off the glass. Rondo's got his first points in this one.
Well, a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood. Rondo, he isn't bothered by little contact.
Smart on the wing. Celtics passing it around. Tatum passes to Ojale. Back to Tatum. Basket counts. Tatum's got his first points of the night.
What I like about Tatum, he moves his feet well, understands angles. He plays more physical than advertised.
Huerter, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Okongwu with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Huerter. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. But they get it back. Down low, here's Ojale, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Here's Gallinari, rebounded by the Celtics. Ojale's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smart passes to Ojale, and it's in there.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
The Hawks trail by 9. They swipe it. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Collins comes in for Gallinari. Tony Snell's checked in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Celtics leading by 9. Now the pass to Walker. Brown outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one. Young is double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Celtics now. The Celtics have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Brown wide open. He fires. No good with the triple.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Boston.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Williams.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Young against Walker. 6 to shoot. Here's Thompson. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Herter. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Nine seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Teague from the arc. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA.
plays from AD.
The buzz is built. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Both capable, DA. Thank you. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Jaylen Brown.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Powell is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Lowry in at the 1. And for the Celtics, Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Walker against Lowry. It's Brown on the wing. Now, here's Tice. He's guarded closely. Clock at 6. Back to Brown. And that one, good.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
VanVleet can't get it to go. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Thompson with the ball. Brown, good.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
Here's Boucher. And the Raptors miss again. For Boston, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Back to Tatum. Outside, Walker. Passes it to Tice. Over in the corner, Brown. Now, here's Tice. Boucher defending. From deep, Walker. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lowry, good.
Kyle Lowry is a very tough guy for 6'1". He's a guy who loves to attack the inside, even though he's small.
Now, here's Brown. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston. Pass to Tatum. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Back to VanVleet. Over to the wing. Here's Anunoby. No good on the triple. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
Now, here's Brown. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
OG Anunoby out of Indiana. He was the 23rd pick in the 2017 draft. Another great draft selection that day. Slipped due to injury concerns, but he's been great. I like the efficiency here. 3 out of 4 shooting, just taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Boucher. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And Smitty, with OG Anunoby, he has a very high ceiling with what he can become.
Greg, OG Anunoby can impact the game on both sides of the ball, which is fantastic. He's a solid defender, and with the ball in his hands, he's very smart, making good decisions. This team is very excited to see his development.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Shemi Ojeley's subbed in for Daniel Tice. Watanabe makes it off the glass.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
Celtics leading by 9. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 44 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Bembry. And here is Davis. Lets the three fly. Ogilvy grabs the rebound. Feeds to Williams. Pass to Ogilvy. Smart with the ball. Passes it to Williams. 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The shot by Ogilvy, no good. Here's Bembry, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point.
And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Ogilvy. Williams is out there with Williams. Then there's Smart, and it's Pritchard in at the point guard. Shoots the three. Here's Baines, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Toronto shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one, and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nicola, Yokic, and Joel Embiid, I think are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Took him no time at all on that one. Bembry's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
And Thomas over to help. Here's Ogilvy. Offensive rebound, Williams. Williams passes to Smart. A three-pointer off the mark. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against Houston.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
Here's Bembry. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Boston leading by 3. Here's Ogilvy. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, he is a behemoth in the paint. Once Williams establishes himself, you almost have to foul it.
First trip to the line for him here. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The reverse, and the layup by Anunoby. Anunoby's got his first points of the game.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Tice finds Williams. Celtics passing it around. Back to Brown. Over Boucher. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 9.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown. Going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
Pass to Powell. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside Tatum from deep. The shot, no good.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Powell, no one around him. Here's Boucher. Outside Lowry. From deep three-point range. That one's not going to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. It seemed they got the benefit of the whistle. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Boucher. Rebound by Williams.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Here's Tice. That three off the mark. Raptors trail by 6. Now the Raptors moving it up. And here they go. And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Some changes for Boston. Thompson, he's checked in for Robert Williams. And Walker subbed in for Daniel Tice. And the Raptors also making a change. Watanabe's checked in. Back to Walker. There's Brown with the 3. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Celtics leading by 8. Brown jams it in.
And what amazing athleticism from Brown, putting on a show out there with slams like that.
Powell for 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Deflects the pass. And so it's Boston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here. A tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 13 points. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Right, Van Vliet out there with Lowry. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Powell in at the small forward. Thompson in the posts. Boucher defending. There's Walker with the 3. Again, the miss by Walker. Raptors trail by 10. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
7'2" wingspan. OG Anunoby throwing it down.
Outside Tatum. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Raptors. Matt Thomas comes in for Norman Powell. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's Brown. Boston again missing.
They've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And Walker's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics.
And you look over the course of Kyle Lowry's career, he's bounced around for quite some time, but boy, has he found a home in Toronto.
And you know, GA, a few summers back, had a chance to leave, but he stayed with the Toronto Raptors. What a decision that was. Reason why? He helped lead this team to their first title. Kyle Lowry's beloved by this franchise. He'll go down as one of the all-time great Raptors.
Boston leading by 6 and pushing it up. Here's Boston. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Getting the and one, Kemba shows off the deft touch he has on the ball. You have to finesse around that hard a defense, and he does it as well as anybody.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Davis comes in for Fred VanVleet, and it's Bembry in for Kyle Lowry. Smart on the wing. Outside, Walker.
And he knows what his bread and butter is. Walker embraces the mid-range at a time when not a whole lot of players are featuring that in their game.
Davis on the follow.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Out to the wing. Plenty of space. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Raptors trail by 6. Offside Thomas. Outside Davis. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Bembry. Another shot. Shot's good by Baines. Baines has got 5 points so far.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why? Lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Baines finds Johnson. Jacks up a 3. Walker with the rebound. Celtics leading by 7. To the left wing. From downtown. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
Rebound by Williams. Boston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Walker taking his time here. And he gets it to go. Walker's got 6 here in this quarter.
And the pick and roll so effective when the ball's in Walker's hands. You can count on him to make the right read almost every time.
It's Davis on the wing. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Bembry. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Down is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Williams. And it's Teague in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Tatum with it. Thompson outside. Back to Tatum. From outside, off the mark.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
From deep, it's hauled in by Brown.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Lowry passes to Boucher. Poked away and stolen by Williams. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Brown wide open. He fires. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Brown's got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics. Lowry from deep three-point land. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now here's Tatum. Teague finds Williams. The kick out to Tatum. Clock at 4. And here's Brown outside. Here's Thompson. Left side Williams. Teague for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Here's Watanabe. And again, Toronto no up. Celtics leading by 14. Tatum with it. Lowry picks him up. Tatum deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Brown. Celtics passing it around. Off target with the open look.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Powell, that's good.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
Brown outside. Good on the triple. Brown's got 19 points.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Teague. The 3. That doesn't go either for Brown. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Raptors. It's a 13-point game. Lets it fly from 18. Watanabe, no good.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Williams dishes to Teague. There's the 3. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Teague.
Yeah, that's a pass he's got to catch. Maybe just starting to relax a little too much with that lead.
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Walker comes in for Jeff Teague. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. Lowry from deep three-point land. And the Raptors miss again. Boston leading by 13.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's Pritchard. Hangs in the air. Neesmith can't get it to go. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They trail by 16. Pass to McCaw. On the wing, Davis. Three-pointer. And the Raptors miss again. And here's Tice Pass to Pritchard. Back to Tice. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Houston Rockets. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. John Collins is out there with Tony Snell, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for Toronto, OG Anunoby is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then there's Lowry. And it's Boucher in at the center position. Young. And the shot is long. Pass to Anunoby. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. We always see it, these players, Greg, looking rejuvenated after the All-Star week. Does that short period of rest really make that kind of difference?
I think sometimes mentally more than physically. It's kind of an opportunity to hit the reset button and prepare yourself for the stretch run. And listen, that season is so long. And because guys train year-round now, to get that mini break, if you will, I think can work wonders for guys as they get ready to make that home stretch push.
Yeah, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And he's able to get it back.
You know, tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay. Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Atlanta with the ball. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Young's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Here's Young. Here's Capella. And the layup's good off the glass.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Lowry passes to VanVleet to the middle, tipped away. Toronto working the ball around now. Yes, that goes in.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
The Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Young inside. Now recovering. Capella with the bucket.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
He can't hit that time. And Atlanta will go the other way with it.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
It's rebounded by Anunoby.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. Atlanta also making some changes here. Alinari comes in for Tony Snell. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Trae Young.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Alinari. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
It's Powell on the wing. Puts up a 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Rondo with the ball. Picked up by VanVleet. 11 feet away. Toronto grabs the miss. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Well, the numbers back up that assertion, no doubt about it. And sometimes it's about, hey, we've got to get on the glass and make sure they're feeling us all night long. They didn't do that.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Bogdanovich comes in for Kevin Herter. The shot by Rondo is no good. Raptors leading by 5. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
That one is off.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second. The Hawks trail by 6. And Okongwu slams it in.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And he's good on the second. Here's Bogdanovich. Last game he had 12. Out to the right wing. Here's Capella. The quick look, no good that time. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Raptors. Leading by 5. Bembry. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
As a scorer in every sense of the word, you know Danilo is thinking, let me finish and get to the foul line.
And Toronto making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
Indoors, when you just look at the numbers the last 2 seasons, Gallinari has been playing like an all-star.
Now, Greg, you're talking about 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, a couple of assists, and he began to shoot a higher volume of threes, which obviously sometimes leads to a little bit less efficiency. But not for Gallinari. He's actually improved his accuracy from the three-point line.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Rondo. Here's Capella. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Capella's got 6.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Thomas. Outside, Davis. Pass to Watanabe. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And the Hawks making a change here. Snell's checked in. The Hawks trail by 4. Outside Rondo. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And he banks in the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Johnson wide open. He fires. And it's off from 3-point range. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Raptors lead by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
They've got Thomas. There's Boucher out there with Johnson. Then there's Terrence Davis. And it's Watanabe in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Davis with the bucket.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Hawks trailing. Young looking it over. Okongwu dishes to Young. Johnson, the pass to Davis. Now the feed to Thomas. Here's Okongwu. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David. Very athletic. Thanks. Here's Snell. It's hauled in by Thomas. Raptors with the lead. Pass break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Johnson. It's deflected. Here's Okongwu. Offensive rebound. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Atlanta making some changes. Collins checked in for Gallinari. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Here's Young. Again, Young missing.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
For Atlanta, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Huerter, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Raptors. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kyle Lowry. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Rondo comes in for Trae Young. And the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Atlanta. It's a 3-point game. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Atlanta again missing. The Raptors have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, the more opportunity that has been given to OG Anunoby, the more this young man shines. He is a multi-dimensional talent. Gives you great defense nightly and growing on the offensive end.
Here's Huerter. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. That one drops for him.
Becoming a true force on the offensive glass. Love how hard Collins goes after those second chance opportunities.
Rondo against Van Vliet. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Passes it to Snell. Powell with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Bembry, and Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
The Hawks trail by 6. Powell with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Bembry. The shot, no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
Got a piece of it. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
The closer Capella is, the more effective he becomes, showing off the nice touch there.
And it's Baines missing. The Hawks have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Here's Huerter, covered by Van Vliet. And Huerter gets it to go.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. They couldn't. That about wraps it up. Time now for the...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Clint Capella really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And so in the game for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the bet. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Snell in at the 3. He hits both from the stripe. Atlanta shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Here's Young, lays it up and banks it in. Young's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
Here's Herter, banked in off the glass. Herter's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Van Vliet, nails the 16-footer.
Well, for a point guard like Fred Van Vliet, you've got to be able to get into the mid-range. It opens up the other aspects of your offense, keeps the defense off balance.
Young, good. Young's got 10.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Second chance shot. Collins, good.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Raptors trail by 4. And Davis can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Lobbed up there for Collins. Powell with it. He's picked up by Collins. Here's Anunoby, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 12.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now Powell. He has 6. Davis kicks to Powell. For 3. They get it back. Boucher. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Tony Snell. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Young. Inside. And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by Rondo. 6 points for Onyeka Okongwu. Stolen by Collins. Alinari with it. Lowry picks him up. Knocked loose. You know, here we go. Lowry, nobody back. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Well, that's Kyle Lowry, the burst of speed to beat everyone up the floor and leaves no doubt with the finish.
Now, here's Okongwu. He's guarded by Johnson. Okongwu's shot is good. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
And Collins is right there.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work,
down low. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Lowry, good.
Well, small frame, the big heart. How about Kyle Lowry's toughness on the finish through contact?
Now, here is Gallinari. Guarded closely. The shot's good. Gallinari's got the lead up to 8 now for Atlanta.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Toronto working the ball around now. Bembry the pass to Thomas. Boucher kicks to Lowry. Just 4 to shoot. The Raptors rebound, but they'll get another chance. The pass to Thomas. They shoot again. And here we go. Here's Bogdanovich. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. From deep three-point range, that one doesn't go. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Lowry fires away from outside. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Boy, Kyle Lowry has carved out for himself quite the career. This guy came in as a dogged defender, and on the offensive end, he's able to create for both himself and his teammates.
And he nails the 3rd. And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the 4th quarter. It's Atlanta leading by 5. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Anunoby out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Lowry. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Bembry in its small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Lowry. Young with the steal. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And VanVleet picks one up.
Aggressive move by Capella. His length and athleticism, it's tough to handle when he gets the ball that deep.
Raptors trail by 9. 13 feet away. They get the rebound. And there's Lowry putting it right back in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Atlanta's shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Stolen away. Here's VanVleet. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, just high-quality transition opportunity right there from Fred VanVleet. This guy is so reliable to make the plays necessary in transition.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Here's Capella. Here's Collins. Capella, the pass to Collins. Shot clock at 6. Lob pass to Capella. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Tony Snell's checked in for the Hawks. Raptors trail by 3. VanVleet with it. Now guarded by Gallinari. Here's Baines. The shot from the low post is good.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive
but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group. Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Powell dishes to Baines to tie it up. It's rebounded by Herter.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Capella. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Great initiative from Capella there. Seeing an opportunity to score and getting the D to act.
And that trip coming up empty. Missing both.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Snell, no good.
Yeah, they collect one there, but overall, -10 rebounding for the game.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. Pass to Van Vliet. And Capella sends it back. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Count it. Young's got 11 in the second half.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Lowry finds Powell. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Capella against Baines. Capella with the bucket. And it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Just his night, guys. We saw Young do this in college. Once he gets into a rhythm, he will just put it on you.
Powell for 3. But they get it back. Van Vliet outside. It's tipped. Wants to get it to Baines and does. Lowry lets it go with a 3. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Van Vliet.
Well, because of his high basketball IQ, Fred Van Vliet understands catch and shoot. I'm shot ready. Jumper in.
Young's shot is good.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
1:11 left to play in the final quarter. Snell, the pass to Capella. Rebound by the Raptors.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Hawks. 6-point lead. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. Here's Powell. It falls. And now they trail by just 4.
Norman Powell on the big-time delivery.
Young with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Lowry against Young. In the corner. Herter with it. 14 feet away. Young, no good. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
To the paint. Here's Gallinari. It drops.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. This win, so thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. So a moment now to see the story for Jaylen Brown.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Daniel Tice out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Thompson in at the 5. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Snell in at the small forward. Outside Collins. And finish off by Collins.
Big guy can move. John Collins finds a way to get that one to go.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. I feel like we always see a little more energy from teams, Brent, after All-Star Weekend. Seems like that's a much-needed break at this time of the year for a lot of guys.
Yeah, no question about just the mental reset, how important that is for guys to reflect a little bit, Kevin. We don't talk about that a lot, but to be able to go back and kind of retool yourself and what you can do individually to contribute to what you know the team might be missing, that's a huge help for a coaching staff.
Great to see Brown drop that perimeter jumper, showing off his terrific stroke from beyond the arc.
Young trying to break free, and it's Capella missing.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's throwing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
Here's Brown, right side to Walker. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Now, here's Tice. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Brown, good.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown. Going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
Now, here is Young.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Brown, the putback, it's good on the putback.
Well, if there's 100 play calls that they have, Tristan's probably got 0 of them. He just goes in there and gets it done himself.
Here's Capella. They need this, and it's laid up and in by Young.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Walker. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston. And the rejection by Collins.
Good timing defensively. Collins just up there, the long arms, and quick off the deck.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
And a wide open look for Walker. Tice, nice persistence to tip it back up and in. Tice has got his second basket of the night.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Capella, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his first foul, and the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Young.
You wonder, with talent around him, how much more Kevin Huerter's offensive game can grow.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Tatum. And Smart subbed in for Brown. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Pritchard passes to Ojala. Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. The Celtics working the ball around now. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Cavaliers.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
Herter, no good. Celtics leading by 5. Floats it up for Williams. The shot comes out.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
To the inside.
Already, they piled up 8 second-chance points.
And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Atlanta. Rondo kicks to Gallinari. Now, here's Okongwu. He's guarded by Williams. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Outside Williams, over Bogdanovich. And so it's the Boston Celtics, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Hawks, Bogdanovich is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Herter in at the 2 spot. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's Herter. Good D by Williams.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Ogilvy passes to Teague. Here's Ogilvy. Right side, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The kick out to Teague. Tips it, and Williams is right there. Williams has got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rondo passes to Okongwu. Over Williams. The shot by Okongwu, no good. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Houston.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
The Hawks trail by 17. Rondo scanning the floor. Gallinari in the corner. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Thompson against Rondo. And Thompson kicks to Brown. Back to Thompson. Stolen by Collins. It's 2-on-1. And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by Collins.
A big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Walker against Rondo. Walker the pass to Tice. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Rondo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his passing is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. You know, I just appreciated to really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point. This is his first free throw of the game.
As much as we talk about Trae Young and then mention Steph Curry in the same breath, I think Trae wants to carve out his own path. We know he's a dynamic shooter, can set the table offensively. Now it's about learning the nuances of being a leader of a franchise.
And Walker kicks to Brown. Here's Young. A 14-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
To the right side. Back to Walker. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Beautiful assist in transition. They beat the defense down the floor. The ball always wins.
Here's Pritchard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Tries to save it, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. "19 seconds left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Williams inside, working on Collins. The shot by Williams, no good.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Substitution for Celtics. Marcus Smart.
Here's Williams, and Williams throws it down.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
And so it's Boston out in front. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Things were going Boston's way from the beginning. They did it just the way it was drawn up. And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Thompson is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. Young with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Young and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Capella. Goes up again. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Capella's got his first points in this one. Brown outside. Back to Walker. On the wing, Brown. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Second shot opportunity. Snell, that's good.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Walker against Young. Lobbed up there for Thompson. No good on that one. The Hawks trail by 17. Herder passes to Collins. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Back to Tice. Brown outside. Celtics passing it around. Releases. Buries the jump shot. Brown's got 11 points.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Collins. Molinari comes in for Tony Snell. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Young. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Okongwu's shot is good.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
That's a bad miscue, but I think they've done a really good job keeping control of the ball throughout the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Shimmy Ojale comes in for Daniel Tice, and Smart subbed in for Brown. Outside Bogdanovic. Goes back up. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Smart.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Pass to Pritchard. Tatum against Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The putback, and Williams is right there. 10 points for him.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Rondo is doubled. Lets it go from 11. Off the left rim and out.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
124 left to play here in the third. And here's Tatum for 3. The offensive rebound, Williams. And there's the pass to Tatum. To the paint. And slam dunk by Tatum.
A terrific athlete at that wing with good bounce. Tatum, fun to watch.
Capella dishes to Okongwu. Can't connect from short range.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Outside Tatum. 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
I got him.
From the baseline, Williams. And Williams is right there. Williams has got 6 points in the quarter.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Rondo passes to Okongwu. And Boston with the rebound. Ojale's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Outside, Smart. The 3 from Tatum. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Celtics just dominating this one. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Hill, also Okongwu out there, and it's Fernando in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. From deep. Rebound collected by Snell. The Hawks shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Shots good from Young.
Trae Young showing you variety. He can score in a lot of ways.
Stripped away. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Back to Walker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
A prolific scorer in this league. Walker just keeps getting better. One of the most elusive covers in the game today.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. Kemba Walker hits them both. Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters, because I think they're on to something if we could get that, you know. But in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well, and I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. Great positioning on the putback.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
It's deflected. Young from outside. Rebounded by the Celtics. Thompson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Young. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Tice. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Oh, tremendous find there by Kemba. He draws loads of attention, opens the court up for his teammates.
To the paint. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown kicks to Walker. Passes to Thompson. Now here's Brown. Tries again. Back to Walker from outside the arc. Rebound Atlanta. 1:57 left in the game. Young outside. The tray. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Tice finds Teague. Here's Brown. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Pass to Brown. Looking for Tice. He gets it there. Now Walker. There's the pass to Tice. The kick out to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
How about that? That's a big boost defensively if Herter can get in there and block shots and intimidate in some way.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Atlanta. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Jaylen Brown.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Brown outside. Outside Tatum. Launches it. They grab their own miss. Pass to Pritchard. His three-pointers off the mark. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.